everyone, it's Queen of Light 1111 here with a reading for you guys on Saturday, December 29th. I thought I would go ahead and do a reading for all of you since it's been a little bit and I know that I haven't posted in a while. So I wanted to make sure that I did something for you guys before New Year's. So we've got a pretty large reading here, and it looks like cycles are ending. It's not all that different from my Instagram reading that I posted when I first got my Celtic Tarot deck. So there's still some similarities. The energy is still kind of a little consistent. There's some changes. There's some healing going on. But it looks promising. We have a lot of tens on the table. We have, the Ten of Swords came out 2 times. We have the Wheel, which is a 10 in his space. And we have the Wheel actually came out 2 times. Then we also have the 10 of Cups. It just really looks to me like the masculine is still going through some healing, through some changes. Wants to come in with the Knight energy, but is really stopping himself from doing it because he understands that there's healing that needs to occur within himself and within the connection. And so he's very much, honoring that within himself. The World came up 2 times in her space and in his space. So, we'll get started with the reading here in a minute. Before we get into the reading, I want to make a couple announcements. One, if you're wanting to book a session with me, wanting to book your own personal reading, please go to queenoflight1111.com. I am taking bookings now, and I'm getting super booked for January. So please book now if you would like your own personal reading. Spaces are going to be limited, so and that's really due to the webinars and the upcoming seminars that are going to be occurring with Laura, the happiness coach, and myself. So we have really kind of thought about our business plan and what it is that we want to do and how we want to help, our community. And what we want to do is we want to help the masses. We want to have more interactive sessions, work with people on a larger basis, be more personal, get to actually meet them, see them, talk to them. And so we're going to be doing webinars and in-person seminars starting in 2019. So, book your readings with me now if you're interested in having a personal reading with me, because that's, the direction I'm looking to go for what I, really put my energy and my attention into for 2019, which is the webinars and the seminars. So there's going to be a great deal of travel next year. Again, please book queenoflight1111.com. The other thing I wanted to mention is, and Laura mentioned this in her video, is that we're planning to go to a lot of different cities next year, starting in February. We're looking at obviously Northern California, so we'll be in the Bay Area, we'll be in LA or San Diego. We're also planning Dallas, Austin, Florida, and New York. So if you are in any of those cities and, have a venue or something that, you would like to offer us as a place for us to host our seminars, it would be awesome if you would reach out to either Laura or myself. And you can email me at queenoflight1111@gmail.com, or you can email Laura at beagoodsoul. She has her page here too. So let us know if you are interested in, if you have a venue that might be suitable for this tour that we're going to be having. I also wanted to say, it's been a really interesting time, since we've, come through the winter solstice and this 1221 portal. It's been really interesting. I'm in a really, really good place, and I feel like a lot of you are too. We've been doing a lot of purging, a lot of healing, and it's been very interesting. I have felt that the universe definitely has your back. The universe absolutely has your back. I have had people that were toxic or not, not really part of the light that were trying to come back into my life and under the guise that they've changed. And it's very interesting how I didn't even have to do anything, but the universe removed them without any effort on my part from my life. And I feel like this 5D energy, this more apparent action from the universe is going to continue as we continue to go into 2019. I just feel like the vibration is getting higher, the light is getting brighter, the love is getting stronger. And for those of you who operate with a clean heart and a pure mind and are of the light, I really feel like the universe, God, the divine spirit, whoever you want to believe in, is really going to, without any effort on your part, remove toxic energies, people, naysayers from your life. And it's a blessing. It really is a blessing. I'm so grateful for my journey and where I am and for all the wonderful people that I've encountered. And it's just been great. And I just feel like every time I do a reading, I feel like I'm channeling more. I'm able to get more into these energies and give you guys a very crisp and clear reading. I know you guys felt like they were crisp and clear before, but I feel like as I have been able to continue to move away from toxic energies and things, situations, people, I have been able to very much keep my vibration higher and be able to do this work better for all of you. So look out for that for yourselves. Many of you have been experiencing this already on your journey right now, but I really do feel like this solstice, this purge, this latest event has truly catapulted and really added some huge energy to shift out those types of energies from light workers. Also want to mention that, in order to continue to keep your vibration light and bright, but also continue to be realistic, you just got to be very careful about what you guys watch on YouTube, right? I always say that if you guys are resonating with a reader, then great. These are all general readings, so not everything is going to resonate. So only take what is applicable to you, what makes sense to you, what feels right to you and to your intuition. And there's a lot of info on YouTube. There's a lot of info on the internet, and it could be triggering. People recording videos about false this or whatever. It's just everyone has their own opinion, and I think it's wonderful. But I just feel like I want to say that you should be open-minded, but yet very, very guided by your intuition on what it is that makes sense to you, what it is that makes sense to your intuition and into your heart space, and go with those messages. This is your journey. This is not to be the power of suggestion by readers. You have all of the answers within you. So if you're watching a reading, make sure that you are checking in with your own inner guide and make sure that that makes sense for you, okay? Because these are all general. All right, I'm done with that. So let's get started. So we have a really, really colorful table today. We have the divine masculine, we've got the divine feminine, we've got overall energies for both. We've got current energies, future energies, and then I had seen one card like fly out, and it was just sitting there. I didn't notice it until I was done pulling all the cards for the spread. So I took it as a message from the universe, and I got 4 more cards to clarify that one message. So we'll go into that at the end. Let's go ahead and start with the bottoms of the deck. So for the overall energy, I'm using the Gilded Tarot for the overall energy. For the divine masculine, I am using the Celtic Tarot. For the feminine, I'm using the Tarot Illuminati. For the connective energies, I'm using the Arcanum, and the clarifiers are the Legacy of the Divine Tarot. Okay, so bottom of the deck for the overall energy is Page of Swords. We've gotten the Page of Swords a lot today. The Page of Swords has come up as the first card out for the masculine in his headspace, And the Page of Swords came out obviously as the bottom of the deck for the overall energy. The Page of Swords also came up. Where did it come up? Page of Wands maybe is what I was thinking. But at any rate, Page of Swords came out twice. So when it comes out in the overall energy, and then in his space, I feel like there is observation. People are observing each other or observing this relationship for themselves. This is also the social media Spire card. So whether or not that resonates, take it or leave it. But this is also about, observing on social media. What do you guys do? What are they doing? What's the other person doing? And it's the first card that flew out for him. So I feel like he is observing his feminine, and it came out in the overall energy. So I just feel like whatever they are observing is very much in the energy of the connection today. Okay. So in his overall energy, let me get the cards. We have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a dupe to his 3D space. So remember I said this couple is probably not in communication at this time. The High Priestess is the divine feminine in the 5D, so he's very much feeling her energy. Maybe there's some telepathic communication, but there's also a card of inner wisdom, of intuition, and the High Priestess came out in the reading that I did on Instagram. And it was in the masculine space. So that hasn't changed. It was in his 3D last time. It's in his 3D this time. And it's in his overall energy again. So he's very much going within, and he's observing himself. He's observing this connection, and he is getting wiser. The High Priestess is someone who knows it all but says nothing. So that is why I say they're not in communication, maybe in the 3D, but they're certainly sending each other some sort of messages in the 5D. And so what else is in his overall energy? Two of Cups. He's thinking about union. He's thinking about, his partner. He's thinking about his relationships. Maybe not just hers, his with her. Maybe it's just relationships in general, about, how he may want to be in his relationship in the future. I feel like we're getting that because he's ending cycles. He's very much, there's a lot of queens that came out, but for him, he only came out as the Emperor, okay? And then the King of Cups is in her overall energy, and the Emperor came up in the connective. So everything that he is going through at this time is grooming him, is changing him into this Emperor, to the divine masculine. So he's the wiser. He's thinking about his relationships. He's thinking about union. He has hope for the connection with the Star card. He wants this cycle to end. Wheel of Fortune, that is a match to the future energies. He wants things to get better. But right now, Four of Cups matches his 3D space. He's not happy. He has this inability to look at the blessings coming from the sky. The blessings coming from the sky, and he's just looking at all the spilled milk, this Three of Cups, right? So all these relationships that have gone sour. So maybe there are third-party energies. There are 3 other relationships, right? So he's not looking at his ace. He was not able to receive the love from his feminine. So he's realizing these things now, Four of Cups, right? That comes up right next to the High Priestess in the 3D, and we'll go over that. So in his overall energy, he's thinking about his feminine. He wants, union. He's also assessing his relationships in the past. He has hope, but he wants the cycle to end. And, he's understanding. He's like bored. He's not opening himself to love. He's not taking the cup. Right now, he's not taking the cup because he's in this period of observation, Page of Swords. So for her overall energy, what do we have? We have the Eight of Swords. She's feeling in her overall energy a little stuck. Okay, Eight of Swords is like a self-imposed prison. And so maybe she's kind of in her thoughts. And so she's in the Eight of Swords energy. And then the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is all about suspension, right? He's suspended on the wheel. So he's keeping the wheel from turning because he's trying to let go of things. So she's trying to get out of this Eight of Swords energy, right? She's being further enlightened. She is, letting go of situations, thoughts, behaviors, attachments to results. She's letting go of all of these things. that are related to her King of Cups. This King of Cups is a match, the only match to the Queen of Cups in her heart space, in her head space, sorry. So this is the overall energy. So she's feeling a little stuck. This relationship is suspended, or she is feeling like she's suspending the wheel because she's trying to also purge and shed. Just like I said earlier, purge and shed, it doesn't necessarily have to be just this relationship. Other people, friends, family members, whatever it may be, she's purging things that don't serve her. It could be eating habits. It could be how she was taking care of herself. She's purging all of these things. So she's feeling a little stuck, but she is purging. But some of it, yes, has to do with the King of Cups, her masculine, okay? And then we go into Three of Cups, and Three of Cups is like a time for celebration. And so I feel like in her energy, yes, it's the holiday, so she's trying her best to stay light, to stay bright. But this Three of Cups also could be, you know, maybe third party, right? I don't feel like that's totally in her overall energy. I feel like she's trying to get out of this self-imprisonment. She's trying to shed and purge things and thoughts that don't serve her around her King of Cups. She does want to celebrate and enjoy her life, but this also could be maybe some thoughts about karmic partners, because we're going to get to that. There's the Seven of Swords that came out again. So we've clarified it. So there is this, you know, she wants to celebrate. She wants to be happy. She wants to be with her family. And she wants a new beginning, right? She wants to purge things. She wants to get out of her self-entrapment. She wants to purge behaviors, people, things. She wants to have a lighter side of life. And she wants a new beginning, Ace of Pentacles. That's her overall energy. Divine Masculine, where is he? Bottom of the deck. What do we have? Knight of Earth, the Knight of Pentacles. So slow and steady, right? Yeah, slow and steady. Why? Why do I say that? Because just on my Instagram reading the other day, I think it was Thursday that I did the reading, you know, some of the same energy came up. So I just feel like, yes, he's probably making progress, but, you know, it's only been a day and a half, and here I am with another reading. And so he's still moving forward. So I like that. I feel like he's still moving forward. He's still wanting to make forward movement and plans for the future, but it's feeling a little slow. And it is, because the energy is very much the same as my Instagram reading. For her, the bottom of the deck is the Wheel. So here's the Wheel again. Bottom of the deck for her energy, overall energy for him, and then the Wheel comes up again in the future. So the Wheel will turn. He's wanting it to turn. You know, it's in her overall energy that she wants things to change. And then, yes, in the future, things will change. So she's in the Wheel's energy. He is in the Knight of Shields, the Knight of Pentacles. And let's go ahead and let's get moving. All right. So in his headspace, 4 cards, we have Page of Swords. Page of Swords match to the overall energy for the masculine and feminine. He's observing her. I don't care which way you say it. I feel like if you have social media, or maybe there's pictures on his phone, maybe he's going through text messages, he is observing, he is researching, he is looking at things pertaining to his feminine, okay? Remember, the feminine is in his overall energy as the High Priestess, and so right now he is observing her, and he's unsure. 2 of Shields, right? He is unsure about what to do based on what he is observing. He wants to move forward, Knight of Cups. He wants to move forward, but with the 6 of Pentacles, what I really got from this is I'm not sure if he thinks that she will take his cup. Okay, actually, this is the 6 of Cups, not the 6 of Pentacles. Sorry, 6 of Cups, union. So let's do this again. So observation, right? So he's observing her. I'm still getting used to the words cauldrons and shields. So he's observing her. He's looking at pictures, maybe looking at her online. He's not sure what to do. He wants to move forward with his offer, Knight of Cups, to have the 6 of Cups. Wow, that was like real-time channeling, right? 6 of Cups. He wants to have, this is like a reunion. This is also about nostalgia, right? This is also about reflection. So through this observation, he is reflecting. He's reflecting on the past. He's reflecting about, you know, did I juggle her? You know, and in addition to not knowing what I wanted to do, I want to offer her this love. I'm not sure if she's going to take my cup, because you see, this boy is giving the girl the cup, right? Six of Cups. Six of Cups is about coming together. It's about union. And so I just feel like, do you see this cup that he has, the Knight of Cups? Well, he wants to give it to somebody. I just feel like he doesn't know. He doesn't know if she's going to take his cup. So where is the feminine? Where is the feminine in her headspace? Well, the World. The World is a dupe card. Where do we get the World? Where do we get the World? The World came out somewhere. I'll find it. It came out in this 3D space. Sorry. So, end a cycle. She wants to complete this darn cycle that they're in. Like this, come in and leave. This Knight of Wands energy. She's done with it. She's done with this in and out behavior. She wants something that is going to be more rooted, and that is going to serve her well, right? Remember, she's in the Hanged Man's energy. She's also got the Wheels. She wants to go into a better time. She wants to be happy. She wants a solid new beginning. But in her overall energy, she has the Hanged Man right next to the King of Cups. And so she's like, I need to shed things that don't serve me. So these cycles need to end. Completion, okay? She's looking at completion with the World and moving into something smoother. Six of Swords. Six of Swords is a match to his heart. And she's the Queen of Cups, right? She's compassionate. She is loving. She has a big cup to offer. And maybe it's not with the King of Cups, right? It's the match. But she knows that she's worthy. She knows her value. And she has hope. Star. She has hope for the future. The Star matches his overall energy, okay? There's a lot of dupes here. Star is in his space, in his overall energy. Star is in her headspace, and the Star is in the future connection, okay? So they're really on to something. They're very much on to something. So here's what we got for his heart space. Well, here's my favorite character, Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands wants to swoop in, right? Wants to swoop in, but doesn't stay rooted. I like the card, okay? Don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with the card or the Seven of Swords, but when I get the Knight of Wands with the Seven of Swords, which was the second card that came out, I feel like he wants to rush in, but he's not being completely truthful about what he wants, okay? Or maybe he's not being completely open. He's like here, it's like a thieving type of energy, and I just don't like it. I don't like it as a combination. I feel like he wants to come in, he wants to sweep her off her feet, but he's not gonna put his roots in the ground, okay? And it's because he's not being true to himself right now. He hasn't come into his full power. So his first card out in his heart space, he wants to move towards her. He does. He wants to move towards her, but he's not ready to stay rooted. He's really not. He's not really even sure what it is that he wants. With the Seven of Swords, he's withholding information. I clarified that card. We'll get to it. So he wants to come swooping through with the Knight of Wands energy. He wants to be passionate with her. He wants to be with her, but he is being deceptive. But I feel like with the Six of Swords that follows, it's like he wants to move into something smoother, but he feels rejected. Five of Shields, Five of Pentacles. And because he's feeling rejected, I feel like that's why he's being a little shady about how he feels, because this is in his heart. What I clarified this card, of course I did, and I got the Four of Wands. So I feel like what I'm really getting from this whole thing is that he wants to swoop in, he wants to love her, he wants to be with her, but he's not going to tell her that what he wants is this union, this commitment, because he's too in his ego at this time of this rejection. He wants to move into something smoother, but because she has rejected him, remember, she's Queen of Wands, and that Queen of Wands came out. Because she's rejected him, and the Queen of Swords came out. Because she's cut him, right? Cut him out. He's feeling very abandoned. He's feeling very rejected. So he is not telling her that this is what he wants. He just wants to come back in. He wants to test the waters with her, see if she's going to be open to union. He wants to move into something smoother, but he's not telling her because she has rejected him. She's rejected him. She's rejected his advances. She's rejected his crumb, whatever it is. She's like, I'm not playing this card anymore. So where is she in her heart space? Eight of Pentacles. Look, she's working hard. She's working hard on herself, on her on her journey. Yes, she's a little stuck. She's working hard on purging and really raising her vibration. She's working hard at her craft, her job, whatever it is, but she's working hard, right? She's at the Two of Swords. So she's kind of paused this connection with her masculine. She's like, I don't know which way I'm going to go yet. I really don't know which way I'm going to go. I do want an offer. Page of Pentacles. It's a dupe in the future space. I'm sorry, in the current connective energy. So she wants an offer from him and to have a new beginning, but she's just not going to move it forward at this time. So she's like at a stalemate, and she's going to work on herself, on her heart, on her journey, on her clarity, on her vibration, and she's not moving forward with this connection until she gets some sort of offer for a new beginning that is different than what she has been given in the past. Okay? 3D space. Where are we with the masculine? High Priestess. Here she is again. Dupe card. And it's so funny. It was the first card out for him in his overall energy, and it's the first card out in his 3D space. High Priestess, she is very much in his energy. The unattainable, the divine feminine, the one in the 3D that you can't have unless you elevate yourself, right? Unless you've done the work. And she knows he can. He knows he can. But he's still a little bit in the ego, but he's going to get through it. He's going to get through it. She sees him as a king. He is the King of Cups for her. But she's, you know, when he thinks about her, when he views her, when he reflects, when he observes, she is this unattainable, this everything woman, this goddess. Okay, so in the 3D, he's very much viewing her as someone who has it all, who is wise, who's educated, who's learned, right? Not just talking about school books, but I just feel like he knows that she is different from the rest. Okay, he knows that. And so in the 3D space, the 5D feminine is in his energy, big time, and he's not happy. 4 cups matches his 4 of cups in his overall energy. He's not letting her love in because he's a little bit in his ego right now with this heart space. This, she rejected me. I'm not going to tell her that I want her back. I'm not even sure she's going to take my cup. So right now I'm just going to watch her. That's what he's doing. So he's not giving her love, and he's even not able to receive it because he's in his ego a little bit. But we have the World card. He wants things to complete. The World is a match to her headspace, okay? And we want to end this cycle. We want to end this cycle, and we want to heal. Temperance, okay? Temperance is all about balancing the energies of the connection. He wants this. He wants that pot of gold at the other side of the rainbow. He does. And so he does know that he needs to continue to heal out of this rejection energy, that he needs to come out of the 7 of Swords energy, and he also needs to come out of this period of indecision. He needs to, you know, rise up to the king that he is, because he is a king, and show her and fight for her and love her and give her all of the things that she deserves as the divine feminine, right? He knows he wants to do that, but his fear and his ego is getting in the way. But there is good news to come. The cycles will end. Remember, the World card matched his headspace. So where is she in the 3D? I'll tell you, she got the 7 of Swords too, so she's being a little shady. And I had to clarify it. But she's being shady in a little different way. And it's not shady, it's withholding information, but she's certainly trying to paint a picture to her masculine, which is really kind of throwing him off. So if any of you are doing that, stop doing it, because it doesn't help. So that's why he's also in this 2 of Shields energy, where he's like, should I, shouldn't I? Is she even going to want it or not going to want it? So if you're doing something on purpose for him to see, I would, you know, maybe change that behavior, okay? Everybody's guilty of that. People have done it. I have done it in the past, and it doesn't help the situation. Surrender the connection. Surrender you taking control and trying to trigger. Just let that part go. So 3D, she's wounded. 9 of Wands, okay? She's wounded, but she hasn't given up on this. She just has stopped the action, okay? She's wounded. She's at a stalemate in her heart space. 8 of Swords again. It's in her overall energy. Isn't it interesting how we have 8 of Swords for her in her overall energy, and we have the 8 of Swords here in her 3D space. We have the Four of Cups for him in his 3D and the Four of Cups here. So he's not giving anything and he's not receiving anything. And that Eight of Swords is triggering her Eight of Swords. She's like, you know what? I feel a little stuck. And that's why she's in the Hangman's energy. She wants to end the cycle, the wheel. That's why it's the bottom of her deck. She wants to go into something better. World. She wants to complete this cycle. So she's wounded. She hasn't given up, but she's feeling a little stuck. But hey, don't worry about her. She's the Queen of Wands, and she has cut this connection. She has. She's cut or paused this connection for the time being because two cards came out together. Page of Wands, Seven of Swords. This is about messages. This is about communication. Seven of Swords, some shady communication or withholding. And I clarified the Seven of Swords, strength. She's really trying to show him through social media or something that she's strong, she's happy, you know, that this is not affecting her. And so he's just kind of like, okay, well, maybe she's just moved on and she's happy. And I feel like that is why he's like in this ego, right? In this, she's rejected me. I'm not going to give anything. I don't want to receive anything. I don't even know if she's going to take my cup, right? And I'm not sure, Two of Pentacles, which way to go. This is imbalanced. So I feel like her wounds and her self-entrapment and then this shadow side, maybe the Queen of Wands, has put her in this like, I'm going to message you something. I'm going to show you something that's probably not all on the up and up. And it has to do with her showing her strength, okay? That's what I'm getting. If it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, don't. But that's what I got, okay? So, bottom of the deck for the clarifier, Eight of Wands, okay? So when you look at this, Eight of Wands for the clarifier, Four of Wands, we clarified the Four of Wands, and we clarified with the Strength card. And then the energies here in the current connection, we have the Emperor, the Two of Swords, the Four of Coins, and we have other cards. Basically what I'm getting is, as the bottom of the deck here, there's a lot around communication or miscommunication, okay? Eight of Wands is when things happen quickly. People can misperceive, misconceive. If we're trying to put smoke and mirrors up, if we're trying to create stories that are not true, if we are posing on social media during the holidays that we're living it up and others are showing that they're sad or whatever, you know, at least maybe we're putting a mask on. We're not being authentic. And this Eight of Wands, it's all happening through communication. So for him in his heart space, Seven of Swords, Four of Wands, hey, it's because this Page of Wands, Seven of Swords, came out with the Strength card. It's like, hey, you're showing me that you're strong and that, you know, through this messaging, indirect messaging, I am misperceiving it. And I'm not going to tell you I want union, Divine Feminine, because now I'm triggered in my ego. Okay, that's really, really what I'm getting. So Eight of Wands, like there's this desire to communicate, but the way that you're doing it now with this kind of shady type of behavior, maybe not shady, take it back. Maybe in this masked behavior is not in anyone's best interest. All right, let's look at the current connective energy, bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. There will be a renewal, but this is also about self-love, and you can't have a renewal, a renewed love unless your own cup is full. Right now, there's a lot of wounded energy. There's the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Wands in her space, the Eight of Swords 2 times. For him, he's got the Four of Cups 2 times. He's got the Five of Shields. He needs to heal the energy within him of rejection. He needs to heal the energy within him of the Seven of Swords. They're mirroring each other in the Seven of Swords. They're both painting pictures that are not true. Okay? So there's energy that needs to be healed, and that's what keeps people stuck. So bottom of the deck is love yourself. Focus on yourself, on your own journey. Once your cup is full, then you can have this reunion. You can both have this ability to share your full cup with the other. Okay, so first card out for the current connective energy, Temperance. Temperance is a dupe to his 3D space. So what was I just saying? There's a lot that needs to be healed, and that is exactly what's happening at this time. Hermit. Dupe card to the universe's message. Okay, the Hermit card. They're both on their own, continuing their spiritual journey, continuing their evolution, their self-discovery. They're not talking because they're in a little bit of conflict. 5 of Wands, there's a tug of war. They are perfect partners. They mirror each other. There is a tug of war, okay? But an offer will be made. An offer will be made. But 10 of Swords came out. So I'm like, an offer is going to be made, and then the cycle ends. 10 of Swords. So I said, let's just get a clarifier. Like, what is ending? 10 of Swords, clarified by the Emperor. The divine masculine's cycle ends. The cycle of ego, the cycle of arrogance, the cycle of deceit, the cycle of juggling. That is what is ending and being healed at this time for this divine masculine. And it's further clarified by the 2 of Swords and the 4 of Coins. So this inability to make a decision, this guarded 4 of Coins behavior, guarding my heart, not sharing, withholding, all of this is going to end. All of this is going to end. He's going to come into his power. He's going to make decisions, and he is going to stop being greedy and being stubborn and holding all the coins. That is what's going to end in this cycle so that hearts can be open. Okay? Before we get to the future, let's talk about the card that flew out from the universe as an added message for this connection. We have the Chariot. That was the card that flew out by itself. And I was like, ooh, movement forward. So what does that mean? What do you mean, Spirit? What about movement forward? Well, Hermit, we're moving forward. Hermit's energy, that's a dupe to where they are today. So what I feel like the universe is doing is they're confirming for me that that this couple, this collective couple, is moving forward in their connection. But right now they're in a period of self-discovery. The Queen of Swords spoke her truth. There is some messaging going on that needs to end. 10 of Swords again. 10 of Swords. The messaging needs to end. The cycle needs to end. This, like, stop triggering him. If you're triggering him, stop. Stop doing that, okay? Because he's just not happy. He's not getting it. So a lot of things I got from this message from the universe. There is movement forward. The energies are changing. And so I'm going to wait to do the next check-in until after the new year. Because I want to give this a little bit more time to change, because the universe is telling me there is great movement forward. People are on their discovery. They're on their journey. He is awake. She is awake. Okay? They're cycling things out. They're ending cycles because they're on the Hermit's journey. Okay? They are becoming the wiser. They are becoming the wiser since the Queen of Swords cut the connection. Okay? But there is some communication, and the cycles around this communication, around this 7 of Swords behavior needs to end, okay? And the cycle that the couple is in, where he comes into his full divine masculine power, that cycle will also end. So they're in a really, I know I've been saying this for a little bit, but they are in a very, very critical time on their journey. They're on a very critical time. This is the time where we're ending this cycle that brings them together and puts them into separation. Brings them together and puts them into separation. They're ending these cycles now. The world came out a lot of times. The world came out for her in her headspace, in his 3D space. The wheel came out in her overall energy, in her underlying energy, in his overall energy, and in the future connection. Okay? Cycles are completing. The wheel is turning. They are going to get into a better time. But right now, they're in a period of self-observation, observation of their connection, and observing each other through platforms. I don't know what you can relate to, but there is an observation going on at this time where people are misconceiving, misperceiving what is out there. So remove masks if you still have masks on. If you're pretending or doing things that may trigger each other, stop those things now, okay? Stop those things now. It does not help the connection. I'm going to do top down before I get to the future energy. So top down for him is he's observing. He wants to swoop in to his feminine. He does. He does, but he knows he can't have her at this time with the Knight of Wands energy. She's not having that Knight of Wands energy. So he's juggling. He's not sure what he wants to do. So he's being a little deceitful about what he wants. He's withholding that he wants union with her. So instead, he's just like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to sit here with my arms crossed, and I'm not going to give her any love, and I'm not going to receive love from her either, because I really don't know what's going on, and I am not at a place to abandon my ego just yet, or my pride, to let you know that I want you back, basically. So, but he does want to offer his cup. He wants to move into something smoother, but he knows this cycle needs to complete. He wants reunion, but you have shut him out, and he needs to heal at this time. This connection needs to heal. So you want to end this cycle as well. Completion. You want to work hard, but you are wounded. You are wounded, but you have not given up, not on your own journey and not on your twin flame journey. You want to move into something smoother, but you pause this connection at this time because you're a little stuck in your head, all right? You are the Queen of Cups. You want an offer, but you know what? You're happy to go at it alone because you are independent in the 3D as the Queen of Wands. But you have hope for a new beginning, but this new beginning, through this message and through the shadiness, you're also not telling him that you want this new beginning. So you have hope. You want a new beginning. But through this messaging, you're withholding information. You're trying to be strong. This is also the Lion. This is like the Leo card, right? There's a lot of pride and ego within. No disrespect to Leos or fire signs, okay? But I just have to say, Leos are prideful. So she's being prideful. He's being prideful. That's not going to get to union. So cut out the withholding, cut out the masks, cut those things out. Be your authentic self. If you want the new beginning, that's the energy you should be putting out there, right? If you, but I would not put anything out there that is not of authenticity to what you and what it is that you're even doing. So if there are posts like, hey, New Year's is coming up and pretending to have dates or whatever, either one of you, masculine or feminine, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. It hurts the connection. You hurt your twin, you hurt yourself, okay? Remember, you hurt your twin, you hurt yourself. You're hurt, your twin's gonna hurt. He's hurt, you're hurt. You're mirroring each other, you're twins. And so you think that by withholding that you want union, you think by pretending to be strong and happy and how this didn't faze you, these are not behaviors that are going to get you into communication or into union. It's going to create a further block. So I would just say, be your own self, be your authentic self. If you're having a good time, you want to show it, that's fine. As long as it's authentic, let's go ahead and go into future energies, and then I might decide to do a story here at the back for the bottom of the deck. So healing, 4 of Swords. Remember, we had Temperance show up in the 3D. We had Temperance show up in the current connective. So this tells me healing occurs in the future. The sun shines. The sun shines, and there becomes great optimism and illumination of the connection. Scales get balanced. The wheel turns. The wheel is making a huge showing here. Remember, I said, in his overall energy. It's also in this future. I saw it one more time. Guys, it drives me crazy. I'll find it. The wheel shows up in his overall energy. In her underlying energy, and then now in the future. So this time, they both want the wheel to turn into something better. So healing occurs. The sun shines. This relationship gains new energy, new momentum. Scales get balanced, and we go into a better time with hope. Star. The star shows up in her headspace. The star is in his overall energy. It happens. This hope makes things happen. And so I was kind of like, all right, well, how do I end on the star, right? What does this mean? So I got a clarifier for all of these cards. What happens after the healing? What happens after the sun shines on the connection? What happens after the scale is balanced and we go into better times and we have this great hope? What happens? Oops. 10 of Cups. We get the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups happens. So, union does occur. That's why I'm saying, be your authentic self. Don't put any more roadblocks into this connection. You don't need any more. Got enough, right? So, this is a big, big time. A lot of tens. A lot of tens. 10 of Swords in the current connection of ending cycles. 10 of Swords in the universe's message. The Wheel is a 10 in her underlying energy. The Wheel is in his overall energy, and the Wheel does turn in the future and gets them into a better time. So let's do this. Communication, all right? This is bottom of the deck. So we have 8 of Wands. So there's this communication that's happening that's making people think about moving forward into self-love, but they are in observation of each other and want the cycle to end with the Wheel. They really do. This is the end of the cycle. I keep saying it. The end of the cycle for this couple. The end of the cycle. The cycle's going to end. They're going to be healed. The sun's going to shine. Scales get balanced. This is the number 11 card. And we get the 10 of Cups. Emotional bliss. Emotional bliss. 10 of Cups is family, marriage, children, everything coming together to have this happy, happy life. Okay? Have a great New Year's, everybody, and I will be back after the 1st with another reading. I hope you enjoy this. Have a great reading. Have a great New Year's. And if you want to book a reading, please go now, queenoflight1111.com to book your own personal session. Bye.